Travis Engel with Shell Shock MMA. We're here in Inglewood, Colorado at the Factory X Gym, and I'm joined by none other than one of the top lightweight prospects in the world, Marcus Bad Intentions Edwards. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good, good. Now you have a fight this Friday night on Access TV for MFC 40 event. Now you're going to be fighting Aaron Gallant. Tell us a little bit about your opponent.
He's a hard hitter. I don't really do too much studying on my opponent. I let my coaches and my manager and my team do that, and I go in there and I just do what they tell me to do. We set out a game plan, and I go in there and I just release Bad Intentions. So we'll see what he has when I step in.
So this Friday, Marcus Edwards is fighting Gallant and MFC in Canada. We leave tomorrow morning, headed out there to get our weight cut going. I know that Gallant is a tough kid. He's strung 3 or 4 wins, I believe, together at 155 pounds. And Marcus is looking for a tough test, and he definitely is getting one, but we're headed out there to get another victory, bring another victory home to Factory X, and improve Marcus's record.
Okay. Now, obviously, you have a title fight that night as well for the lightweight division. Obviously, I'm guessing win this one and you get the title shot. What's your thought about it? Are you thinking about that now, or are you just pretty much worrying about Aaron and then you'll get to that point?
Definitely the thoughts have gone across my mind about it, but I'm definitely worried about my fight right now. I want to get through this, and then I want my shot at the title. Mark's throwing it at me that if I win, or when I win, I'm going to be lined up for the title. So after I beat Aaron Gallant, I definitely want that title.
Now, your first fight with MFC was actually your last one against Sean Towers, and you ended up dropping him and then getting the rear naked choke submission victory. So tell us a little bit about that one.
Man, that was a tough fight. Tested me as a professional fighter. I took the fight on 3 days' notice against a tough guy. He's fought some tough guys in Bellator, and I stepped in on a 3-day notice, got all my medicals done, running around, had 14 pounds to cut, got there at 3 in the morning, cut weight from 7 to 12, made weight, did interviews all day, and then fought the next night. And I was out of shape, and I walked out of there satisfied with my performance. That's my biggest thing, is going in there and impressing myself. So I went in there and I just made sure I impressed myself, and he was a great fighter. He was very game. I just went in there and I just gave him, I just didn't give him an inch. I just took it to him the whole time and came out with the victory.
Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously with the 3-day notice, us back here in Colorado kind of knew that and kind of knew the behind story, but for people that are just watching it now, tell us a little bit about, usually you get the contract and then you go to the fight. Now that you got 3 days notice, what goes into that? Just did Mark hit you up, or did Mark know about you ahead of time? Or?
Mark pretty much hit up my manager and said, hey, we had a fight fall out. This Friday we have a fight. Do you have a guy that has a passport and can jump on a plane right now and come fight? They asked me. I talked to my coach. He said, hey man, this guy's game, but I feel you got what it takes to go get the job done. If you're comfortable, I have all the I have no worry with you going in there. I'm 100% ready to go. So I said, all right, let's do it, and we went.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, anybody that's been watching Marcus's career, his only 2 losses has been against current World Series of Fighting lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, and then also you got a former UFC fighter in Efren Escudero, which you barely lost a split decision to up in Greeley a couple years back. So tell us a little bit about what you've learned from those losses, and how cool is it that they've kind of done good after having the
definitely. I mean, fighting Justin Gaethje as my professional debut, him being undefeated, me fighting him for his belt, that was big for me. Just to say, hey man, look, people see what you've done, and they feel that you're ready. I got in there. I'm the only person that have taken him to a decision, and that was my first pro fight. First time going 3 5-minute rounds. It was a tough fight. He hit me with some punches I'd never been hit with before. Tested me, but that fight showed and proved to me that this is where I'm supposed to be. I can take some big blows, keep ticking. He started to fall asleep the 3rd round, and I was just waking up. Showed me that I'm a long distance fighter as well, and not just a quick 1-2 get the fight over and done with. And with Efren, I went in there and I learned a lesson. I shouldn't have taken the fight. I wasn't ready. I just came off of 3 back-to-back fights. I took this fight on 20-day notice, and I think I was a little burnt out. And he came in there and he fought ran from me. I never had that before, so you know, it was all new for me. But bad intentions didn't show up. You know, I showed up and I pitter patter with him, and you know, I let him steal rounds. You know, people say I won, people say he lost. You know, hey, on the record I lost, so I want that one back. When you're out there, I want that one back, and I want Gaethje back as well. But you know, those are all life. You know, those are all learning lessons at becoming a pro. You know, a lot of people want to go undefeated, but you know, realistically, you got to take something to learn something. So I'm going to this fight very game. I'm going to this fight, you know, seasoned, and I'm ready to go in there and fight, you know, to the death. So I mean, we'll see what happens on May 9th.
Now with Mark Pavlich, he's kind of a promoter that gets a lot of guys, Ryan Jimmo, a lot of these either former UFC fighters, or he kind of breeds some of these UFC fighters that are in the UFC right now. Is there a path that you would like to go, or is it just pretty much, you know, get the MFC title and see how it goes, or is there an end goal or a dream that you'd like to?
You know, I'm pretty much a right here, right now type of guy. I live in the moment. I live for this day. I don't look past the moment or past the day. You know, whatever's in front of me, I will conquer it. I will hurdle it, and then whatever's come, I'll take it on. My first thing is Aaron Gallant, and then after that is the title. After that is defending my title. You know, depending on what Mark, you know, has lined up for me, and you know, the future he wants for me. You know, we'll see. So you know, we'll see what happens with that, and you know, we'll see if the UFC's looking my way, and you know, but right now I'm all about MFC, and you know, this is where I'm at, and I'm gonna represent them until, you know, I promote or, you know, go do something else, and you know, this is where I'm at with MFC.
Now, speaking with NFC, it's a Canadian promotion that you have to pretty much go into their backyard. Sometimes, you know, they'll hopefully later down the road they'll maybe make it down south and stuff like that. So, what's your thoughts on it? Do you really believe that you're the top prospect in the lightweight division? Not, you know, on NBC Sports, not on, you know, Spike TV, not on Fox Sports Network?
Man, I mean, people say, you know, he's the next best thing. I mean, I don't listen to none of that. Of course I hear it, but I don't take any of it to heart, man. I'm in the gym 24/7, 4 to 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, a year around. I'm in here busting my butt. I'm not in here, you know, listening to Facebook and Twitter, and you know, that's not where my practice is at. My practice is here grinding away. So, I mean, when I step into the ring or into the cage, I go in there with 100%, you know, knowing that I'm prepared to fight a battle. At any given day, any given second, somebody can get knocked out, somebody can get submitted. So you can be the best in the world, and somebody that's ranked 50 in the world can get a lucky shot on you and put you out. So, I mean, you know, I'm blessed and happy to be in this position, and it's overwhelming by the, you know, I'm overwhelmed by how much people have said that, you know, I'm going to be the next up and coming and this and that. But, you know, I don't, you know, I block it all out. I go in there and I take care of the task at hand, and Aaron Gallant is my task, and that's my mission.
Now with Factory X, especially being here, you have Joe Warren, you have other guys, obviously Chris Camozzi, you got Brian Camozzi, his little brother, that just had a glory fight just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So how important is it to have not only just the fighting side and the training side, but also the business end where
We have Justin
you see
Kobe
Chris?
too.
Yeah, exactly. You got a lot of guys just all around the gym and stuff. How important is it not only just training, but also the business side of it to kind of get you ready for things that aren't involved inside the cage?
Oh man, it's a blessing to be in a great gym like this with, you know, great teammates, a great family. I mean, everybody's helping each other improve their game in the ring and outside of the game, you know, professionally and, you know, as an athlete. You know, Chris Camozzi is one of the biggest, you know, guys on our gym, at our gym right now, and he's the most, you know, hands-on. He's the one that's helping you, like, hey, look, this is what you need to do outside of the ring. This is what you need to do outside of training. This is what you need to do. So he's always mentoring everybody, and you know, Joe Warren as well is they're always mentoring us, and not only as an athlete, but as, you know, growing into professional athletes on the business side as well, and how to hold yourself, and you know how to speak, how to talk. So I mean, it's awesome to have that around you. You know, so not a lot of guys have that opportunity to have a great team around you that are actually, you know, doing things and helping you, you know, progress.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, Marcus's fight's going to be this Friday, like we said. Access TV, 6 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, and 7 p.m. right here on Mountain Standard Time. So, who's some of the coaches and who's some of the family members, also sponsorships you'd like to thank?
Oh man, obviously I want to thank my coach, Mark Montoya, and the Factory X family, all my teammates that helped me get here. You know, I want to thank the Pavlich family. with MFC, you know, giving me this opportunity. I'm very grateful. They've treated me with nothing but respect, and you know, they're an awesome family. I also want to thank all my sponsors, Factory X, obviously my team. I want to, you know, put them on the map as much as possible. Moe's Barbecue, Insecco, WH Jewits, Robusto Room, Noble Savage, Rev Gear, Get Lit, 580 brand, Knuckle Energy, and you know, I want to thank my family back home, all my friends back in California that have been out there supporting me. I'm bringing home a win for you guys, and it's going to be exciting, so stay tuned.
Cool. Well, we appreciate your time, Marcus, and have a great one.
Yeah,
Thanks, bro.